Hi, my name's Courtney, and today we're going to talk about why your kids should wear uniforms to school. One, we need to look at what problems are we having in school. We're having violence, we're having bullying, we're having gangs, we're having low academic issues. Now, some schools do have high academics and less crime and everything, but there are some schools that should, and I think overall kids in school should wear uniforms, not only in private but in public as well. A few good things about having uniforms is it helps everyone be the same and not be judged because they can't afford certain clothes that are name brands such as Miss Me's versus Walmart. And it helps a lot on the bullying, the teasing, the feelings getting hurt, the depression in teens, children, anyways, in all aspects of any person who goes to school. Now, one thing that I think is really interesting is the clothes to buy for school clothes cost less than you would if you bought regular clothes for school. Which, when I was in school, I wish we had uniforms because it would help me be able to decide what I'm going to wear, but that's just me. And I think that it also helps the distractions to be on the decreasing side because you have all these males and females who are going through strange puberties right now and hormones that they get distracted and attractive to certain things. So if you have a girl with a low-cut shirt on, of course the guys are going to be distracted and not want to focus on, their academics and what should be doing right and what should be doing wrong. Also, it's kind of like you dress up, you have a uniform for work, and you all abide by the same rules. Everybody is responsible for their part, their uniform, behaving a certain way, and it's kind of like school. We want our kids to learn and to be able to succeed in life, and the first step is to be in elementary, middle school, and high school. So it's very important that you get knowledge there and be able to act right. And I know a lot of teachers are having trouble tolerating these children because they're lacking tolerance and obedience at home by their parents. So it just travels with them, so it's very hard for the teachers to even focus on the good students because the bad students are such a distraction. But I think if everybody wore the same uniform, it would help tremendously with academics and violence and bullying, and it's a big issue that needs to be resolved. And it also helps with the school spirit. Because think of it, if you can wear what you want and you're not really paying attention, to school spirit, because in my high school we had no school spirit whatsoever, and I hated it because I was a cheerleader, so I had all the school spirit in the world, and it upset me when people wouldn't wear, their spirit colors on Friday. And I think it would be a good idea if students would be in a uniform, but on Friday they were able to wear jeans and a spirit shirt, but the only way that they could wear jeans would be if you had spirit colors or a spirit shirt on, and that would give their school more spirit, but not only have the students happy, but have the faculty and staff happy. It's kind of like they say a happy wife equals a happy life. It's kind of like that. A happy student and environment is going to help succeed in life. It's like work. If you don't have a good work environment, you're not going to be able to do your job correctly. And basically, students have a job, and it's going to school and doing what's right and getting an education. And if you don't want to further your education after high school, that should be your decision. And if you don't want to, good luck finding a good job and everything, and best wishes to you. But if you want to continue your education, it's usually the people who are focused on what they really want, not worrying about what clique they fit in or not. And I think it's very important that kids be able to be equal instead of one higher than another because they're bad. For instance, when I was going to school, it was which was last year, I graduated last year, it was very the bad kids would ruin it for me, because my senior year I did not learn anything because it was such a distraction with the teacher having to stop every 5 minutes to correct or get rid of a student who was being disrespectful and not tolerant and everything. It was very hard to learn. And if we focus, or if we keep focusing on the bad kids who have bad reputations and everything, the good kids are missing out, and those are the ones that you really want to pay attention to, because those are the ones who really want to learn and have an education and be very successful in their life, and it's important. So back to my topic was, why should children wear uniforms? And I think it shouldn't just be khaki pants and a white shirt. We're not in jail and we're not being, under a thumb. But I think you should have a variety of, it has to be a polo shirt, buttoned up, or it cannot be below where it can show cleavage. Guys cannot sag, that kind of thing. There is dress code rules in public schools, but a lot of them aren't enforced and a lot of them aren't obeyed by. And I think by having uniforms, it will help everyone to abide by those rules and make sure that they are really what they're supposed to do. And I thought it was really interesting. I was online looking at an article, and it was saying that some of them have to have like a logo on them. For instance, like a Catholic school, they have logos on them, like Nolan Catholic. And it was really cool because if you did anything outside of school and you were being, even if it was off property, off campus, and you did something that you probably shouldn't have been doing, they know what school you're going to and they know how to report it. And it's just it's a lot of safety concerns as well to wear uniforms. But most of all, it helps academics because you're more focused on learning and not, am I going to look cute today, or am I going to do this? Is this guy going to like me? Is this girl going to like me? Do you think that I'll be fit into the popular crowd because I have $130 jeans on? It should be more about academics and not the way you look. I know kids are always going to try to be accepted by one another, but I think it helps more to be accepted by the person they are than rather what they have. And that's a big rule. And a lot of it can lead to depression for kids that can't afford that and can't afford, having the nicest car in the parking lot or anything. And another thing about, now there is a con to wearing uniforms. A lot of people say individuality. They can't show their personality, who they really are, separate themselves from everybody. But you can. Think of it as, you can wear an accessory belt that may look good. You can wear, different jewelry. There's all kinds of things that you can express yourself through your binders, through the things you have with you. It doesn't have to be only the clothes that you wear. And people need to understand that, because you have to dress up for work. They should be able to dress up for school. By that means uniforms. You obey, and you're all one team in your work, and it should be all one team in school as well. And I think that it is very important for kids to wear school, because not only is it going to help academically, because there's not going to be very many distractions, the violence is going to cut down, because really, there is things to pick on, but the majority of the bullying is from judgment of the first impression. And that comes from what you look like. But if we're all wearing the same, then there can't be any bullying, and that needs to stop, because bullying is bad and it can lead to depression, then lead to suicide, and we don't want that to happen. Also, it helps for school spirit. It helps for tolerance. The teachers can actually tolerate them, because it helps them all kind of calm down, really, and focus on why we are at school. And there's time for fun and there's time for schoolwork, and we can have both of them. But in another instance would be like gangs. The white tea gang, or the blood and Crips. I'm going to wear red, I'm going to wear blue, and it's all about that kind of thing. But if you were in uniform, it would be really hard for you to kind of be in a gang and express you're in a gang and make other people feel threatened because you're in a uniform. for instance, I like this one quote that I got from the internet. It said, they're kind of like, why do inmates in jail wear uniforms? To be controlled and to be known that they are being not to be controlled, but to be in uniform and obey. And but if it wasn't, they would just give them an option to wear a white t-shirt and sweatpants. But they all have to be in a uniform because they all did something bad. And in our case, for students, our students are all here to learn, and they should all be counted as one, and not, oh, well, this girl, you know, she has money, so I know she's going to go far in life, so I'm just going to pass her. And I know teachers don't think like that, but there is some cases that happens, or, you know, this person's a smarty, and she, you know, she knows everything, so I'm just going to not even do it. When it shouldn't be that way. It should be how the kids react, how they behave, how their academics are, and I think by giving uniforms will really help improve that. And a lot of people, and even you can even go on the internet and look at pros and cons to students wearing uniform, because you will see that the pros outweigh for students to wear uniforms than the cons. And also you can see the ranks of which high schools and even elementaries have helped a lot with wearing uniforms. And I think it's very important for in elementary to start uniforms, because that's when really we start looking on what you look like by 4th and to 6th grade, by your judgment of your first appearance and who you really are in that time frame. So the conclusion for that, or the solution for that, would be paying for clothes that are for school uniform than paying for clothes for the outside. Because actually it's cheaper, because you can buy a few pairs of pants of the same color. You still have a few jeans that you can wear. You can wear school spirit colors. It helps not only the faculty and staff, but the students to get involved with their school. And when you're involved in school, you usually have a better path, and you're usually not into drugs or, you know, violence, gangs, that kind of thing. We want to stay away from that, and by increasing the rate of, you know, school spirit and uniforms, it will help them stay on that track, because it gives them more extra activities, and it helps them become all like one big family in a school. And I think that's what it should be. And I think it's very important to start in elementary, so it's not just something that happens in high school. So for my conclusion, I would say that students need to wear uniforms. You can express yourself through other things besides your uniforms. Go get a colorful binder. Go get, you know, a sticker that you can put on your binder. Anything you want to express who you are. Express in writing. Express in your education. Show who you really are. And make your teacher want to get to know you. And through your writing, through all of it, your speeches, your math, everyone, you can express yourself by not how you look, but how you act. And that's very important, because these kids who are in gangs and act thug and ghetto needs to be kind of have a second, realize that they're going down the wrong path, and it's time to straighten up, and they need to do this, because we want everyone to succeed in life. So I would say that every kid needs to be in a uniform and have school spirit on Friday, where they can wear jeans and a school spirit shirt or school spirit color shirt, and have fun activities with the students, as in like pajama day, but also make them wear uniforms. I think it's very important. You'll see a huge turnover. If you are a principal or somebody who's watching my video, can see that it is very important, and you will see a huge turnover. So if you wanted to try to, you know, even express it for a week or two, or maybe 1 year, enforce it, and then if it doesn't work out for you, you don't have to do it again. But it's very important that kids wear uniforms. It shows a big change in the violence, the academics. I mean, it is wonderful. So I think that it is a good idea to wear uniforms. Not only is it going to help the kids, it's going to help the students, it's going to help the faculties, it's going to help the academics, it's going to help the drama of school. So I think that it is a perfect thing that should be discussed in every school district. So that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please email me. Have a good day.